Hello everyone. How are you doing? Today channel, Sreyoun is going to present you about teaching methodology. 1. Methodology, study of practices and procedures used in teaching and the beliefs and principles which underlie them. 2. Method, overall procedural plan for the orderly presentation of language based on a selected approach. 3. Approach, a set of beliefs or assumptions based on certain theories of learning and language. 4. Technique, specific procedures used accomplishes an immediate objective. For example, conceptual question, oral drill and so on. 5. Teacher-centered approach, the teacher is the focus and take responsibility for everything, analyzing ideas, organizing information, explaining rules, correcting mistakes. 6. Student-centered approach, students work independently, more responsible for activities, focus on communicating with each other and teacher. Student-centered teaching, a method of teaching which emphasizes the active roles of students in learning, try to give learners more control over what and how they learn, encourage learners to take more responsibilities for their own learning. 7. Methodology or pedagogy refers to theories of teaching, curriculum and instruction as well as the ways in which formal teaching and learning in institutional settings such as schools is planned and delivered. In educational theory, pedagogy is usually divided into curriculum, instruction, and evaluation. 8. Method is a way of teaching a language which is based on systematic principles and procedures, that is, which is an application of views on how a language is best taught and learned in a particular theory of language and of language learning. 9. Approach is the theory, philosophy, and principles underlying a particular set of teaching practices. 10. Technique refers to different kinds of classroom activity. In short, different theories about the nature of language and how languages are learned. The approach imply different ways of teaching language, the method, and different methods make use of different kinds of classroom activity, the technique. Example: approach, communicative language teaching, method, direct method, techniques, drills, dialogues. 11. Motivation is some kinds of internal drive that encourages somebody to pursue a course of action. Intrinsic motivation, concerned with factors inside classroom enjoyment of language learning itself. Example: some students have strong intrinsic motivation. They know the benefits of learning a particular language. Others need to be reminded of where the language success could lead. Extrinsic motivation, concerned with factors outside classroom, driven by external factors such as parental pressure, societal expectations, academic requirements, or other sources of rewards and punishments. Example: rewards, additional interesting reading materials, video guide, guest speaker. 12. Lesson planning refers to the daily decisions a teacher makes for the successful outcomes of the lesson. 13. Lesson planning is a description or outline of the goals or objectives a teacher has set for a lesson, the activities and procedures the teacher will use to achieve them, the time to be allocated to each activity, and the order to be followed, and the materials and resources which will be used during the lesson. Longman Dictionary. 14. How are one-to-one classes different? Classroom management, materials, timing and structure, roles and relationships, techniques, pressures, motivations. 15. What happens in an effective presentation? Attention. Learners alert and focused on teacher/material. Perception. Learners see/hear teacher/material clearly, visible/audible. Repeated. Response. Understanding. Learners understand teacher/material and its connection to other things. Schemata is activated. Short-term memory. Learners remember, appeal to different learning styles. 16. Features of a good task: validity, quantity, success orientation, heterogeneity of demand and level, interest. 17. The main difference between inductive and deductive approaches to research is that whilst the deductive approach is aimed at testing theory, an inductive approach is concerned with the generation of new theory emerging from the data. 18. The grammar translation method is a method of teaching foreign languages derived from the classical, sometimes called traditional, method of teaching Greek and Latin. Grammar translation method teaches grammar and vocabulary through written translation. Students translate passages of their own language into English and then translate passages of English into their own language. 19. Communicative language teaching. Different definitions. Communicative language teaching, CLT, is an approach to the teaching of second and foreign languages that emphasizes interaction as both the means and the ultimate goal of learning a language. Communicative approach. Language learning should be meaningful and realistic. Students should learn English in order to communicate something. All four skills should be practiced as well as grammar function and vocabulary. Learning is more important than teaching. 20. Deductive grammar teaching, an approach in a language teaching in which learners are taught rules and specific information about a language. They then apply these rules when they use the language. Language teaching methods which emphasize the study of grammar rules of a language makes use of the principle of deductive learning. 21. Inductive grammar teaching, an approach to language teaching in which learners are not taught grammatical and other types of rules directly but are left to discover or induce rules from their experiences of using language. Language teaching methods which emphasize the use of the language rather than presentation of information about the language makes use of the principle of deductive. 22. Audiolingual method. Audio means listening and lingual means speaking, so this method aimed at teaching speaking through listening. That's all about the teaching methodology. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, like and share to channel Dance Sreyoun in order to get more videos. Thank you.